Greetings and welcome to the Survivor Guide to DbD Part 1. In this guide, we will discuss all the tools survivors have, including items, add-ons, offerings, and perks. Also, this guide is long, so my voice is a robot again. Anyway, let's hit that ready button and see what playing Survivor is all about. First off, games can be won or lost in the moments before the game actually begins. Your items, perks, and offerings can swing the trial in your favor drastically if used correctly. So to start, let's talk about items. Items you can bring with you include medkits, toolboxes, flashlights, maps, and keys, along with a few other event-specific items like firecrackers. These tools can shape the way you play, and each has multiple rarities to it. However, don't fear if you have no items to bring with you, because you can always find an item in a chest randomly found around the trial. Another good thing to remember is the basement will always have a chest in it, but be cautious because the basement has only one way in and one way out, so getting found there is never good. Which item you bring depends on preference. However, some basic things to know is that toolboxes speed up repairs or can sabotage hooks, but only for a limited time. Medkits can allow you to heal yourself or heal others faster. Each rarity also has different charges. The brown medkit can heal 1 health state, the yellow can heal 1.5, the green kit can heal 1 health state, but can do it much faster than the brown medkit. And the purple is a combo of all of them, providing more charges and faster healing. The flashlight is used to blind the killer, with each rarity adding more time to the flashlight's use. The best way to use a flashlight is to save someone being picked up by the killer, but this is both very tricky and very dangerous to do. The flashlight also has the benefit of destroying the hag's phantasm traps. The firecrackers work similarly but are one-time use, and your character throws them where they stand. The map is used for tracking objectives or other objects around the map. The basic green can only track generators, but with add-ons, it can track a lot more. The rainbow map, however, is basically a regular map with all the add-ons, but being ultra rare, it is very hard to come by. Lastly are the keys. These keys each have unique ways to use them. The broken key has a lot of charge on it, but it can't unlock the hatch, so it is only used for aura reading. The dull key is the opposite by having almost no charge, but it can unlock the hatch, so it is the best key to bring if you want to exit via the hatch. Finally, the skeleton key is a combo of both of the keys having a lot of charges, and it can open the hatch. However, being ultra rare just like the rainbow map, these are hard to come by. With the items out of the way, we can move on to what about add-ons? Ah yes, well, this is a guide, but this video is already long as it is, so I will tell you my favorites. On toolboxes, I love extra charges and the instructions for no skill checks. On medkits, I like extra charges to be able to heal myself more. I don't use flashlights, but extra time is always good. On maps, I like tracking the hatch, so I would bring that add-on. And for keys, either the things that save the key on death or on unlocking the hatch, or the add-on to track the killer. Got all that? Good, because we are done with items and add-ons and heading to offerings and perks. Offerings are a consumable effect given to the trial. They range in many differing effects, but boil down into a few groups. Map offerings, blood point offerings, and miscellaneous. Yeah, a misc isn't really a group, but it makes things easy. Map offerings are offerings that when burned increase the chance to go to that map drastically. When a map offering is played alone, there is almost a 100% chance you will be going to that map. If there are more than one, it splits the odds evenly. Blood point offerings are used to get more blood points, adding a bonus to the 4 groups of points you can get, being objective, survival, altruism, and boldness. Objective points are gained by doing objectives, survival points by surviving or aiding in your survival, altruism points by helping other survivors, and boldness points by not being a little baby dweeb, hiding in the corner all game. Don't think I don't see you there. Get out of that locker and do something. Now by far the best offerings for blood points you can bring are either escape cakes, or bloody party streamers, aside from some event offerings. These double your points at the end of the trial. Lastly, the misc offerings. These offerings affect the trial in various ways, like making it foggier, adding more chests, separating the hooks, and giving you more luck. These offerings can be used in specific circumstances and can be very powerful if combined with offerings of the same type. But they are not the best things to bring all the time. That being said, there's no reason to not always bring an offering, so before the game starts just equip something. Believe me, you will never run out. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about the more permanent part of a survivor build, the perks. Now, survivor perks range so many different ways with so many different power levels, it would be impossible in any short guide to tell you all of them and their uses. So it really comes down to personal preference. However, being a beginner guide, I will give some advice on good perks to target while leveling to make the process of learning easier. In general, perks you can get on any survivor, Spine Chill and Kindred are very good picks. Spine Chill tells you a lot of info, but mainly for new players it shows when the killer is headed your way, even if they don't have a terror radius. Kindred gives you and the other survivors crucial info on where the killer is headed after a hook, and if you should go for the save or not. Since it shows all survivor auras while someone is on the hook and the killer's aura around the hook within 16 meters, it gives you an insane amount of info that is invaluable, and it's a perk many solo players still use even after hundreds of hours of game time. On Dwight, you can get the perk Bond. This shows you auras of survivors within 36 meters of you, good info for finding people to heal, or to heal you, and can show where someone is when they are getting chased if they happen to run your direction. On Meg, you can get Sprint Burst, allowing you to get a speed boost when you sprint on a 40-second exhaustion cooldown. This can allow you to make quick getaways or traverse the map faster if your sprint finger is a bit itchy. On Claudette, you can get Self-Care or Empathy. Self-Care allows you to heal yourself without a medkit. If you are prone to getting found, this could be the perk for you, but the heal is 50% slower than normal, so it can waste a lot of time. I personally suggest bringing a medkit instead, but that's a personal preference. Empathy, on the other hand, allows you to see the auras of injured survivors nearly map-wide up to 128 meters. This can help you find people in need of healing or let you know where the killer is if someone recently gets damaged. On Jake, you can get Iron Will, a perk not required but very convenient against killers that use their ears. Iron Will removes all sounds of pain while injured. This can let you get away when in other cases the killer would have heard your grunts of pain. Very good, but slightly situational. On Nya, you can get Urban Evasion. This lets you crouch walk as fast as regular walking. A perk that lets you sneak around better, but can put survivors into a bad habit by using it too much and going around the whole map using it without being in any danger. So use this perk at your own risk. On David, you can get WGLF, a perk with no actual effect, but it provides a hefty bonus in blood points for protecting or safely unhooking fellow survivors. This can make the blood point grind a lot easier if you only play survivor, but we warned it has no effect and wastes a perk slot if you never take a protection hit or unhook anyone. That's all for perks, but don't be afraid to experiment with any that you like or want to try out. All perks have their uses, even if some are better than others in some situations. And with that, this is the end of part 1 of the Survivor Guide. This section alone took way more time than I thought it would, but all of this info is important to know if you are just beginning the game. Thank you for watching. Follow the links on screen or below to see part 2 of the Survivor Guide, or the Killer Guide. And watch out for the intermediate and advanced guides coming soon. We hope to see you out in the fog.